The Amnesty program has likely been considered as an ingenious and sensitive concept, an olive branch expected to fertilize the sprouting of a generation of youth in the Niger Delta, who like unicorns will emerge from the ashes of armed agitation and its toll on the region, reformed, focused and vital to the prosperous future of a region in their need of such an optimistic outlook. It is also true that the positive waves anticipated from such a laudable and all-encompassing concept was in actual sense a mere ripple when some of the drivers of the scheme were confronted with the task at the shore in the stark morning. Not fully permeating the creeks, but already creaking with fatigue, the program needed a shot in the arm, and it fortuitously got it.
I will write all manner of people.
The President's Muhammadu Buhari administration has earned its reputation on being deliberate and painstaking because it has bigger picture in mind: sustainability, human capacity development, youth empowerment and transparency. All these the PMB administration brought to bear in the selection of a new helmsman for the Presidential Amnesty program. Professor Charles Dokubo, a thorough academician and technocrat without any weighty previous political affiliations, but professionally equipped and passionately driven to paddle a listing canoe through the labyrinth it has found itself.
Let's do this thing together in the spirit of oneness. Let's do it so that our people and posterity will always say they've done well for us. I'm not going to be in this office for all my life. But the period that I'm here, I will try as much as possible to impact on the lives of the Niger Delta people. I believe that's the only way out. We cannot continue to complain about marginalization, oppression, repression, adapting the theory of internal colonialism and all that. We don't want to go back to that. We are now going to see ourselves as co-equal in a Nigerian state that belongs to all of us.
When it took the saddle, there was no single training facility in place for beneficiaries of a presidential amnesty program, as these components of a scheme had been farmed out to vendors who in some cases simply took advantage of slack oversight to deliver substandard models. Professor Dokubo's vision was to ensure that the program developed capacity to train its beneficiaries. To achieve this, he completed and commissioned the Oil and Gas Vocational Training Center at Agadagbabon in Eseldo local government area of Ondo State and the Basic Skills Vocational Training Center, Borotown, Bayelsa State.
Honestly, I must commend President Muhammadu Buhari for providing all this facility. My summary is that our people should exploit this opportunity. They shouldn't play with it, and we should guide it and take it as our project so that we can take over the oil industry. Honestly, it's a wonderful thing, and I commend you for this.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
When you see something that is good, especially to develop the youth of this nation, most especially the people of Niger Delta, I am very proud to be associated with these initiatives, for them to learn more about what that is good that is coming from the environment. So I'm here to be part of a success story, and I thank God Almighty for using the leadership of Professor Dokubo for putting these things right. He's been able to complete it, and I am very happy because of what he said today. Today is his happiest day ever since he's taken this appointment up. So if we have more of good things like this in this country, we will live to enjoy the good things of our youth.
Next was the Vocational Training Center at Gelegele, Edo State, where he performed the foundation laying ceremony on 15th February 2019. Work is currently ongoing at the site. In the same vein, Professor Charles Dokubo is also working tirelessly to complete and activate the Vocational Training Center in Bomadi, Delta State, where work has reached about 90%.
The Agri Training Center has six buildings for the student classrooms, then have a warehouse to store the facilities in the agri site. Then we have utility center, which is the water treatment house. We have generator house and a security house. This is phase 2. In phase 1, we have the electrical classroom and the hostel for the boys. Electrical classroom comprises of almost 20 classrooms. The structures in the classroom are 4 structures. There's 4 buildings for the classroom. Then we have staff quarters, 8 flat staff quarters, 8 flats. Okay. We have cafeteria, we have a viewing center, we have a boys' quarter of 20 rooms, boys' quarter for the students. Then we have water projects and the landscaping and the fencing work. We have a 5-a-side football field and long tennis courtyard too. The gains we going to benefit the youth, the resident youths in the Niger Delta, mostly in Bomadi local government and Delta State as a whole.
The man with the paddle intends to build vocational training centers in all the states in the Niger Delta to enhance human capital and infrastructural developments to activate President Muhammadu Buhari's vision for the region.
I declare this office open.
To boost proficiency in the education sector, 1,230 beneficiaries of a program were offered scholarship and deployed in 11 partnering institutions within the country in January 2019, where about 35 are said to be deployed to various institutions offshore. 68 students are currently studying various courses in various foreign institutions. The Presidential Amnesty Program has begun deployment of 54 beneficiaries on scholarship offshore. This new thinking in the Amnesty Program to attain excellence in education for beneficiaries of a program resulted in the recent sterling performance of beneficiaries of the program at the 7th convocation ceremony of the Afe Babalola University, Abuad, Ado-Ekiti, Ekiti State, held on Monday, 21st October 2019. Of the 58 students sponsored by the Amnesty Program who graduated at the ceremony, 4 bagged first-class degrees with a minimum CGPA of 4.54 in the College of Engineering. They included Pobini Emmanuel Dakore, Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Taylor Blessing, Mechanical Engineering, Roland Ayibokuro Ebrio, Electrical Electronics Engineering, Anago Chidera Confidence, Medical Laboratory Science.
5 years ago, when I got to the school, I didn't have any dream, I didn't have any hope. I just wanted to just go to school for going to school's sake. But with the help of the program and everything, now I have a dream, I have a vision, I have what I want to do, I have what I want to achieve in life. I want to impact as many lives as possible. I want to change lives of people as my life has been changed too.
Actually, I wasn't prepared to come down to Abua. It was like a surprise to me. So all thanks to the Office of a Special Advisor to the Niger Delta.
I would say good job. I would say God bless you. Thank you for everything.
19 other beneficiaries of the program were also awarded second-class upper degrees in various courses. In just 1 year, the Presidential Amnesty Program, under the leadership of Professor Charles Dokubo, has trained over 2,000 beneficiaries in various vocational skills and has also empowered 1,938 beneficiaries. The 2,000 beneficiaries that have completed training in various skills between March 2018 and October 2019 are out of 4,014 allocated to specialized training vendors. The trade areas in which the beneficiaries were trained and empowered include building materials, fish farming, poultry, welding, pig farming, plastic technology, electronic stores, cassava farming, commodity shop and feed sales, fish and poultry farming, greenhouse farming, tailoring and fashion design, mechanized rice farming and agribusiness, transformer repair and maintenance, automobile, aquaculture and snail farming, shoemaking, leatherworks and ICT, among others.
Other different native fish are still there.
Native fish?
Yes, catfish. Where they see agbadagri, you know agbadagri? All eba, all of the day.
Governor fish.
Governor fish. Tilapia day. Everything day.
The empowered beneficiaries are among 4,269 scheduled for engagements on completion of their training in various vocational skills.
I've thanked the Amnesty, our president at time and I've thanked the Amnesty government because many people, this opportunity we have to see like this, many people not see and many people not get her. I use that to take time them and I encourage my colleagues them. I encourage my colleagues and say yes, this business is good. If you do this business, many problems we they do, many things that we they do, you go like stop them.
I really appreciate everyone through this program because so many lives have been changed from sorrow to joy, because so many of us now, like me for an example, I have rest of mind without going to the bush to do anything, without going to any other place. I do my business, I go out, I buy and sell. It has been so marvelous. It doesn't expose me to danger anymore. Rather, I became so peaceful.
100 rural women in coastal communities across the Niger Delta on Tuesday, 24th September 2019 became the latest recipients of starter packs distributed by the Presidential Amnesty Program to enable them be self-reliant. The beneficiaries, who were given the items at a flag-off ceremony in Warri, Delta State, had the first batch among 400 rural women to be empowered in the fishing sector. The fishing and safety materials distributed to the women, which included modern fiber boats powered with Yamaha 8-horsepower outboard engines, fishing nets, fishing hooks, life jackets, life rings and fire buckets.
For now, most of these women here were plying their trade using very crude local equipment, paddle canoes and all that. But you can see what we are giving them today. They have modern equipment. And of course, if you have something better, that will enhance your productivity.
God bless a woman, bless the nation. The boats will take us under 5-10 minutes. We are already in our locations where we are fishing. And with this, we can take them to the market too for selling.
I don't have boat, I don't have engine, I don't have net. With this, I can make it now.
Feel recognized, and we think this kind of a thing is what we want in the riverine area, especially the oil-producing community.
Among the workforce that produced the modern fiber boats at Inotech Royal Service Limited in Warri, Delta State, are beneficiaries of the Presidential Amnesty Program trained in polymer science and technology.
This is the first stage.
One of them, Kida Bawe Temepere Friday, was trained in Sri Lanka.
The presidency has really tried for Niger Delta. Before now, you and I know that it was all about war. You hear this has happened, this had, But now we are out of town. We can do what others are doing. We can see things ourselves. We are contributing to the economy of the country, which before now we were called as for destruction. We can destroy, we can rebuild. But now we are building. We are no more destruction. So the economy of the country is boosting up as a result of what the President Amnesty has put in place by training we the youths.
The Amnesty work has given me an opportunity to learn a skill for my life. And today I'm a proud man of being a pipeline welder. The coordinator of our Amnesty program, Professor Charles Dokubo, for once an opportunity has given to us We just want to say thank you to him, and may God bless him.
I also thank Professor Charles Dokubo for bringing me here for the opportunity. Many people are there looking for this opportunity, but I'm involved. I'm among of this opportunity. I thank him.
When they graduate from SkyTrain and they have acquired the necessary skill, like I said, if they have gotten the 6G position, they can work with oil and gas industries, welding their pipes and doing so many other processes for them. Apart from that, they can also decide to work on their own, open a workshop of their own and get contracts.
On Friday, 11th October 2019, 200 beneficiaries of a presidential amnesty program graduated from training in various skills at Bradama International Skill Works Limited, Agadagbabon, Ondo State. They were trained in 5 trade areas, namely welding and fabrication, mechanical fitting, scaffolding and rigging, industrial painting and abrasive blasting. Similarly, 200 beneficiaries of a program are currently being trained in transformer repairs and maintenance at the Rivers State University of Science and Technology, Port Harcourt. 18 beneficiaries undergoing training in argon welding and fabrication at Sky Training International Limited, also in Port Harcourt, Rivers State.
We have to monitor you month by month to see that you are still working, because at once you stop that, we are going to delist you and remove you from the program entirely. You're not going to earn the stipends that you're supposed to have, because the empowerment gives you a provision for you to work for yourself.
It has engaged the young men. All that we want to appeal to these young men is to say that they should be patient well enough.
On Monday, September 16, 2019, 100 already trained beneficiaries of a presidential amnesty program in Rivers State were given starter packs to set up businesses in their various trade areas as part of effort to reintegrate them back to society. Items distributed to the beneficiaries at a ceremony held in Okochiri, Okrika local government area of the state included deep freezers, electric sewing machines and generators, among others. A key figure in the Niger Delta struggle, the Amayanabo of Okochiri Kingdom, His Royal Majesty Ateketom, commended the new leadership of the amnesty program for their commitment to the success of the program and assured them of his unalloyed support.
The beneficiaries should go and arrange themselves well to make use of what they have given to them, so that they will not come back and make some complaints again.
A 51-year-old beneficiary, Mrs. Miebaka Oribi, described Professor Dokubo as a true and passionate Niger Delta leader committed to the development of the region and its people.
When I arrived at the venue, I saw a lot of things. I know that this government has come for the rescue of the Niger Delta people and for amnesty program.
And it's going to go a long way if you're productive.
We bring out people, train them and give it to them to go out, set up shops for them so they can deliver and also live, earn money, help their family, stabilize from war torn to stabilize living. We cannot continue to be in an emergency situation.
Succor came the way of residents of impacted communities during the Niger Delta crisis as the presidential amnesty program moved a step from its core mandate with the distribution of various items as starter packs to the people as part of its empowerment program. The exercise, which involved thousands of recipients from various communities in Rivers, Bayelsa, Delta, Edo, Cross River, Imo, Ondo, Akwa Ibom and Abia States commenced in Warri, Delta State on Friday, February 8, 2019 at the Wellington Hotel. 177 persons profiled from various communities for each of the 20 distribution centers across the state in the Niger Delta region received items for various trade areas, which included welding equipment, tailoring, catering, and generators of different sizes. Professor Dokubo, while officially flagging off the empowerment program in Abonema, Akoko Toro local government area of Rivers State, said the gesture was a show of President Muhammadu Buhari's love for the people of the oil-rich region. In his determination to deepen peace for stability and development in the hitherto restive Niger Delta region, Professor Dokubo has regularly held consultative meetings with critical stakeholders, including leaders of ex-agitators, community leaders and traditional rulers. He started off the series of consultative meetings with the 5 key leaders in Lagos shortly after assuming office, and on June 7, 2018, he met with over 30 Phase 1 leaders of Niger Delta ex-agitators at the Abuja Sheraton Hotels and Towers in furtherance of his peace efforts, and parlayed 70 Phase 2 and 3 leaders the next day at the same venue. He had earlier hosted the leadership of the Pan-Niger Delta Forum, PANDEF, and visited a former Federal Commissioner for Information and respected Ijaw leader, Chief Edwin Clark, in his determination to deepen peace in the Niger Delta region. On Friday, 25th October 2019, in Calabar, Cross River State, Professor Charles Dokubo met with 97 leaders of Niger Delta ex-agitators under Phase 1 of the Presidential Amnesty Program at the Transcorp Hotel to foster peace in the region.
I call you also for you to hear me out, and also to understand what I think about this program. This program has faced challenges. For me, one of the reasons, in fact the main reason for this meeting, is not only to meet you, but also to give you something for you to ponder about. That is, what structure of leadership do you have? When leaders talk, will followers obey? And if you have a complaint, can't you address it with the leadership? I think that there's a disconnect between leadership and the members as a whole. Until that bridge is well consolidated and brought together, it will be difficult for us to deal with any issue. There is no issue that we cannot resolve if we can meet and discuss those challenges that we face. If there are issues that you cannot or you've got that is disturbing you, this is a forum for you to talk about. But I also state clearly here, since I took over the leadership of this office, anything about camp closure, camp reorganization, I have never touched any camp closure or any camp reorganization. I pay as it is now, from the beginning. The way you have been receiving your stipend is the way you'll be receiving it. No camp has been closed. No person can say that they have not received their stipend as at when due. If it is delayed, delay comes from government, not from my office. Those of you who have worked in other institutions, you also understand that sometimes when it's end of month, the money does not normally come at the end of a month. Take about 1 week, 7 days, 10 days, then the money comes. My position has always been pay stipends and school fees. And I've not deviated from it since I took over office. I've never tampered with anything that is in the structure. It is even some of the people that have been excluded, knowingly or unknowingly. I have looked at their cases and I've brought them back so that they can earn what they are entitled to. Anybody that is offended, anybody that has something to talk about, how do we improve this program? Oh, this is what has not been done for us. These are the things I want to hear. And all those things that I mentioned, if they are within the confines of the program, I will deal with it the way it has been stated by the government. My brothers, I am happy for this meeting. In fact, should have taken place long ago, but it's better late than never.
We are now here addressing these issues that afflict and affect the program. As we sit down here to discuss other things, whatever you are not satisfied with in the program, mention it.
At the end of a meeting, excited leaders of the ex-agitators commended Dokubo for his initiative, which they described as novel.
He has also invited us to see that we synergize together with him, to see that if there is any bridge that is broken, we mend it together. Also to let him know the various issues that are affecting the nooks and crannies that we represent, and also to further complement the fact that in spite of whatever others are saying, we have special trust in him. We have confidence in him. We have worked with him. There is no man or woman in this world who would be doing a job that people will not complain about. Yes, pockets of disagreements may come, but up till now, we do not know any person who would have done this job better than he is doing. And so we come to also give him that accolade and to let him know that regardless, we are always with him.
Today, we are saying is that let this program should be going on gradually as the way that the man is taking on. As you see, this man, many people, what they cannot do, this man now try to be empowering our mothers, our great fighters who lost, and they are empowering their wives, the young children, and everybody. So we want Buhari to the federal government to make sure let Dokubo program should carry us along and everything should end of this program. Don't you see that when this man came to this program, the peace is right now is going on. You have seen different kidnapping from the Niger Delta before, but right now no kidnapping again. So we are now so okay for us. But we want let the federal government to be empowered Dokubo, to empower the more youth to go ahead. That is what we want from the federal government.
The Amnesty program, a laudable project built on a tripod of concepts, disarmament, demobilization and reintegration, seems to be sailing on course and is now on schedule with the captains on the starboard.